Hello boys, my name is Kiliyoshi. Welcome back to my blind playthrough of Future Connected Xenoblade Chronicles for Switch with the Japanese voices enabled. Yes, this is the Switch exclusive as basically the extra storyline for Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. In the last video we left off, getting introduced to the game, doing some side quests, and apparently having to rescue these Nopon of some sorts that are part of a research team. And we found out that's actually how we unlock the super move in this game. So that is actually going to be our priority for the next couple of videos. We're going to be doing some mixed runs, obviously, to try and get some stuff that we need. And we're also still going to get some gear stuff. By the way, hindsight, I didn't waste time buying gear or equipment. I know you probably want to all see what happens. This time the focus is going to be on Shulk, one of our other characters that we need to get up. I believe we do have some items crafted from him, although seems to get a little bit better benefit from some of the other ones. Although this one is slightly better for more weight. I honestly don't the setup is. I feel like Shulk, though, does have better movement speed. We do not have enough money, though, so we're not going to buy that yet. Instead, I'll go ahead and show some of the equipment I have. Melia's still rocking mostly full stellar gear. My is instead being thrown on other characters. Kino or Nene has basically the best possible gear setup I have, although diamonds could potentially be a bit better. One thing I am going to do is maybe replace one of the strength ups with either a strength up free if I can find it, or potentially muscle up free. Actually, no wait, I don't know what I'm doing there. That'd actually probably be better on Nene, so I'm going to give that to her. Kino's basically still rocking the starting equipment, whereas is missing exactly one item from full completion, but honestly, since we're not going to early user, it's just gonna matter. Don't know what to really throw on here, so I think I'll throw on Perilous Resist for now. But it turns out a mob affects big paralysis. Maybe we'll throw that onto Shulk later. Anyways, let's start off by collecting some more diamonds. We're definitely going to need to collect a lot of diamonds, but at some point we're also going to need to get a strong pick, so I'm still considering whether or not to do other stuff. As for art levelings, I've basically, when I did like the previous video, I went ahead and leveled up Hammer Beat and something else before eventually everything else. But anyway, I maxed Summon Bolt, Summon Flare, and Summon Aqua on Melia. Maxed the first two healing ones on Kino. On Nene, I've maxed free item A, including the Farival Swain. And on Shulk, I've nearly maxed out Backsass. And on Minato Arts, I've done some decent ones. It's going to be really hard to get all the stuff maxed, though. Early on, though, Minato Buster is probably going to be what damage, although if you ask me, I'm probably better off leveling up Backslash. Considering I just got its arrow down, I should probably just upgrade that. Anyway, we're going to start by doing exactly what the game wants us to do in terms of the extra stuff, and that is we're going to go around and rescue a series of Nopon. So we're going to go with this one here. Tay-Tay. Qualified, certified, only mildly terrified. Ponspector AA is a name, and surveying new lands is game. But really, none of that matter right now. Tay-Tay is smack in the middle of chasmic struggle of life and death. That doesn't sound good. Then you have bad feeling in Pit of Tum Tum. Tay-Tay was secret surveying, careful to hide from watchful watched eyes, but then make worse mistake at the life. At end of Ponspector, let little victory cheer slip out, and then Monster spotted Tay-Tay. Monster is poised to lunge for a soft, silent volley of Tay-Tay. Sakura says Tay-Tay was able to hoof it all the way back here then, but then Grimalization dawned on Tay-Tay. Tay-Tay was more precious than life protective charm. Tay-Tay think possibly could have dropped it at Neververse Recropolis, just upslope here. Oh, please help Tay-Tay to find, dear friends. Tay-Tay is begging you. Okay, well, help out.
What's Tay-Tay do this time?
Okay, I was checking because I noticed I had gotten a couple of items early than I had attended, so I wanted to make sure I wasn't doing other stuff. Let's see. Ooh, it's actually much closer to the Necropolis than I initially thought. Okay, initially I skipped having to go into this area because of a secondary setup. I think now we're actually gonna have to do a series of other stuff. Thankfully that isn't a sound monster, so we can kind of just mosey on by it. Keep in mind the monsters do have ranks. Some will heal you simply due to sound, others will simply do some other effects. Most of them are linked, meaning if they pull one, that the other will aggro, but if we wait just enough, we might be able to sneak by this, just barely, but we need to be kind of careful of the way we walk. Now I'm gonna try and see if we can't get past this wall. Okay, that's not working out. And try it from this side instead. And there we go, we were able to get that without actually fighting any monsters at all. Seems like it's not a Xenoblade game without making you do a little bit of stealth work. Yeah, there's a lot of quests that can actually be completed early but force you into higher level monster zones. Thankfully, it's much easier to sneak in the original game simply because you know exactly how monsters will aggro. Most of the time, most monsters won't even aggro at all. Whew, friends found. Oh, his happiest day of life of Tay-Tay. Tay-Tay was start to be afraid would have dangerous bad luck forever. Cool. Alright, we got that done. Mine seem like rival sort of folk, and Tay-Tay do need to see Chief Win-Win, so maybe what friends say escort Tay-Tay to meet Chief. Fear of Tay-Tay dwindle to tiny pebble surrounded with trusty allies. Tay-Tay might look like wimpy pants at first bait, but cover the exterior actually hiding real town. Friends know archaeology center at Frontier Village. Surveying is indispensable skill for excavation, and Tay-Tay happened to be proud member of surveying department. Path of surveying fraught with alerts and monsters, but Tay-Tay knows secret art of sneaking and weaving in between. Finds all about juicy footsteppings later. Alright. Seems we're only finding people of the yellow team right now. Maybe we'll find some of the red team later. For now, we have found a few of those stuff. Next, we're gonna get the one that's basically immediately next to the Iron Trigger we had already gotten around this area over here. So we're gonna do that next. This, of course, required us to walk through a cave, although I initially skipped this one simply because I had pulled ads and I didn't really want to waste time. And, ooh, okay, this one's just a battle. So we're immediately forced into a battle here, and we're supposed to defeat these Antals. So we're gonna just... I think I'm so used to, like, using abilities that... There we go. Okay, we got it. Qualified, certified, uncontestified, Professor Dekaka is named serving new lands this game. Really thought it was curtains for a moment there. Friends snatched life of Deka from jaws of death. Fish surveying the area, lit monster repellent license that got from friend. And monsters appeared. So sense, why enhance monsters not pair? Why attract? For Dena to realize it's actually monster attraction sense. Has to put it in by mistake. Or this could be trial that fate posed for Deka to challenge resolve. Call on Deka to defeat monsters by himself. But Deka do nothing, just call help from passerbys, disappoint himself. In any case, thank friends for a well-timed rescue. Did not forget to sign this. I could not raise so funny, but then again, it is kind of interesting. By the by, did friends see Chief 1 summer, baby? Deka seemed have to hand in survey results. Didn't rise in ranks very quick. Was once rookie of team, but now chief already. Very unexpected. Must be recognition of excellent skill in Ponspecting. Deka must follow shining example. Is key tenet of Prospector organization that good effort always recognized and rewarded. And we got a level off of that. Alright, we got our first blue team member finally. Annoyingly enough, Junks is the next closest area to the other spot. And there's a little bit more we can even rescue up there. So we're gonna have to go from Junks into other spot. Also, it's thundering. Dang. By the way, one big reminder is, in Xenoblade Run, unfortunately, there is no way to actively change the weather like there was in the previous game, nor a way to keep it in between other saps. Kind of the same thing for the other VODs. So essentially, it could take up to a lot of waiting, or just skip traveling to try and get the weather to appear. There's not really a good way to permit, so... If you needed certain monsters in rain, then you would typically just go and get those when you had a chance, because it was really hard to do it otherwise. Anyways, we still need to explore a little bit around the area, as well as get a couple Dipon. Now that we've caught up with that, I think we can just focus on skipping 8 slots that we need to be at. That seems like a new collectible. I might have to add that whole thing soon. Okay, we're a little bit more stronger, but we still probably can't take on it unique yet. We got a lot of Pearl's favorite items. They're just kind of scattered in all sorts of areas around here. Damn, that's a lot. I know at one point I did do a small bit of grinding, although I don't think you nearly need to do as much grinding as you did in the OG game to beat the storyline, so I skip grinding until like the end game. That'd be cool, because then we can maybe downlevel ourselves to expert mode. We cannot down level to level 1, unfortunately, because, well, we all started at 60, so the 2-bit Bonnet Train Dust can only go as low as level 58, and our main ticker only goes as low as level 60, so all that would mean is, like, just, again, so it might be only better to down level just a few levels, maybe, instead of more stuff. Anyway, we are gonna try and get to as much stuff as we can. Unfortunately, it looks like we're not able to get to that area we want nearly as much as I thought I would. There's an item, but it is blocked by a Ferris. I'm going to fight it. Oh, it has minions too. Oh, I just realized something I can do. If I do a break combo setup just properly, I don't even need them to help out with the topple. I can actually just get a combo done myself. So if I'm able to break an enemy with the stream edge, then I can actually just go straight from a break into an immediate topple using the Monado art to do so, and then just use that, and we could actually start topple locking some enemies pretty early on, although it's much harder to do that without the chain attack, so yeah, good luck doing that. Anyways, we found a never sin. Qualified, certified, making world purified. Professor 404 is the name serving new lands this game. Why are you surprised 404 like that? Say, oh, Ponspector spiel and now survey in big shambles. How friends gonna make up for it, eh? Not thinking can make teensy apology and just walk away. Gonna have to ask help us all out here. Then we'll let friends off with the proverbial fishhook. Go into more detail. So, for us, friends listen? Oh goody. The new friends were citizens of upstanding moral character. Small ladder is Nuisance Kramar on other side of Ken's Spot Fair, right hand side. They keep getting wave 4-4. 4-4 is still busy mapping out areas so be giant help with friends could root Kramar for picture. So we are tasked with defeating a series of monsters that have kind of blocked the sin. There's an area below, but cannot drop to it yet, because we would probably die doing that. Can sneak around these guys, though, and get this gem without having to fight them. Compared to Xenoblade 2, there doesn't... 2 and 3, there doesn't seem to be as much you want to kill as many monsters as possible. Most of the actual exploration is probably best used to try and get as many of these typical items as possible, since not only can they sell for some good money, but they are simply required for completing then collectible collections, which in turn gives you better equipment. And also, just quest in general. Helpful for completing quest in general, too. Okay, we found another landmark, which is nice. Oh, here's another quest here. Oops, I forgot to do the quest off. I mean, this one's so annoying. a little bit annoying having you to manually set up your quest each time. Hey, could I get a look at that ID keg you got there? Yeah, I knew I recognized it. It's my brother. There's no mistaking it. Mind giving it to me? Hand it over. So you don't know how happy this makes me. I just fell out of the Samurai Rebels. That means last brother I ever found his nemesis and lost. No, when we were evacuating the capital, it was him that drew the monsters off to buy us enough time to escape. And then we would have never made it as far as the Grand Dell. He was our savior, he really was. Afterwards, he must have learned somehow that the Samurai Rexos could be found at Sultar Sian. Went there to remove the beast and secure the path for anyone coming from Alchemoth after us. Hey, by the way, my brother also had this bangle that was a family heirloom. You haven't found that too, haven't you? Ah, that's a shame. Last I saw him, he was headed from Barrel Plaza towards Cinnabar Plateau. I've already searched between Cinnabar Plateau and here, but found nothing. If you are willing to help, could you look for the bangle on the plateau beyond? It'd be most thankful if you brought me it. Alright. It's a decorative bangle. You'll have more luck than I did. No problem. Leave it to me. Here we are. So we have 3 enemies. They're intended to be defeated around level 68. We're a little bit under-leveled, sort of, for them. Remember that Xenoblade enemies do get strength in numbers, and when you're under-leveled compared to them. So, this will be a little bit more of a tougher. I didn't break that time. But for some reason I broke a different enemy instead. I know the big thing with doing a lot of damage as Sulk is to try to get Slit Edge on the enemy as soon as possible for a debuff, and then try to get Backslash from behind, except, okay, this one is on me, so I can't do that anymore. Does it actually have Arbor? I don't think they have that anymore. It's possible they might have removed it because they... Alright. Oh, we're almost to that storyline part. We may as well hit that while we're here, so we don't have to do that later. Okay, this one's a little bit tougher to get to. There are some slight leveled enemies. Just like every other gem in the game, if we take a decent path, we can avoid these enemies, certainly, and get the loot that they are guarding. Or not. Okay, this one's actually below the area. I thought this was more above, but yeah, there's no gem to be found here. Just some normal collectibles, nothing else. Okay, let's check our Collectopedia some more. Okay, all of those were repeats, unfortunately. There's no real good way of knowing whether you collected something new or not. I wish there was a way to make it easier to figure out did something new or not. Alright, I don't necessarily want to do that random quest right now, since we're already so close to the storyline. I think I'll just do this quest, and then I'll just walk over to the storyline trigger to activate it. Kolar, toast Big Array. Now 4 for our creed to continue with survey unhindered. What 404 was busy in the middle of surveying. Where friends get that idea? Such silly jumps. 404 just going out to Ponspectors for now, but friends did very speedy job at 404. Give credit where credit due. We'll prepare handsome award waiters that come by, and 404 will deliver personal. 404 thinking of venturing further afield beyond even den of Kralmar. The friends fend off. Say hello to friends when ends next feel inclined. Okay, ta-ta now. Oh. Never mind! That was just an update for the quest, so now we have to go even deeper. Still. I don't think he's actually in the spot that we want. Actually, oh wait, maybe that is closer than I thought. I don't know if that's below ground or above the ground, so I'm just gonna have to briefly check to make sure. We can collect some more collectibles on the way for some more money selling later. I know in Xenoblade 1 there's a lot, or it's a little bit trickier to get money compared to usual. Dang, I just barely got into a battle with that enemy. Oh, here we go. Faster at this point to just fight him over not fighting him.
It's okay. We win.
Have to practice that upon once Nene get back.
There we go.
Winning just come natural to Kino.
404 was able to Ponspect whole area without hitch. Again, thanks was much appreciated. Now the quest is cleared. Incidentally, might have over 10 ENC quests. It involved escorting 404 personally to Chief 11. As chief of whole Ponspector squad. Said shoulder of Bionis is ripe from treasure pickings. Around about enough, 404 could be rich beyond wildest dream. Oh, 404 can almost sell the fame. Excite friends too? Believe 404. It'll all become clear once friends hear straight from mouth of Chief. Okay, 404 will keep friends company until able to meet Chief. Pleased to treat 404 in matter which 404 are accustomed. Okay, we got another level too, which is nice. Seems you don't really have to do much grinding in this game compared to the previous game. It seems just doing certain art books and like doing the right setup. Like as long as you kill a certain series of all it really happens is you could get some stuff done a bit faster if you like skipped certain items, but other than that, if you just did storyline quests, that seems to be getting us a lot of experience, which is good. If you're wondering, yes, we did use Melia a bit in the first part of the videos, but I personally do not using her. I feel like she is, for me, is one of my harder hunters to play with. I just don't know how to play her properly. With at least a decent set. Alright, so we're gonna do Brother Keepsake next. I wanna see what that is. We actually picked up one of his items early. Oh, the second one's actually not that far away, I guess, so we'll probably be able to just pick that up on the way to the next objective after we do this storyline objective, and now it's time to actually do it. This seems to be a mixed thing I was doing quite a bit in Xenoblade 2. Or Xenoblade 1 was, I did a few quests, then explored a bit, and did a line objective. Then went back, did another few quests, explored, and got another storyline objective. Did all sorts of other stuff. And so now we're going to trigger this storyline part here.
I can feel the power.
Wow, that exploring just got us to levels. XD6 there, which is nice.
How many times have I told you, you do not go there alone?
But I really needed that material.
Doesn't matter. Why did you disobey me? If something happened to you, we would lose everything.
Tyrea?
Tyrea?
Melia!
Huh? Wait a second. You know Melia, big sis?
Tyrea's your big sis.
Tyrea had some very interesting moments in the first game. That's all I can say. Although it's been so long since I've played the first game storyline, I've kind of forgotten.
That explains how you came to the capital just in time to save Tielan's skin.
Sorry.
Sorry for the trouble. Truly. Although I am glad you were there.
Yeah, you really helped me out, Shulk, Miss Melia. And you too, Kino, Nene.
Tyrea, I didn't expect to see you here, helping Tielan with his research.
Yes, well,
Tyrea, she's changed.
Tielan, I'm going outside for a bit to get some air.
Got it. I didn't know you all knew Big Sis Tyrea. How'd you meet each other?
Well, that's because Tyrea and I share an older brother.
Huh? Does that mean you and her are sisters then?
Sisters? No. It's rather more complicated. But sisters we are not.
Well, still, that means you know her from way back. What was she like? I've only known her here, in this place, so I gotta wonder how she was before.
She was...
Oh. Oh yeah, that's right. She was a villain in the first game, partially.
She was strong. Both in body and in her conviction for doing what she thought was right.
Wow!
Yeah, I almost forgot she was a villain in the first game.
When it comes
But
to
she's
her
moved
research,
on
she's even
from
more
that
committed than I
this
am.
game.
So she has not forgotten her mother.
Where did you and Tyrea meet?
It was when she saved me from the Fog King.
On a trip to Alchemoth, like today.
What? No. At the time, everyone was still living there.
Before the Fog King showed up.
Yeah, and then, after we all escaped, I was kind of on my own. So Tyrea brought me here for safety.
One moment. Tielan, was your father not still around?
My father was killed by the Fog King.
Is that so? I'm sorry.
Tielan just like Kino. Brave little pun.
I think I'll get some air too.
Go ahead. I've still got things to ask Tielan, so I'll stay with him.
Good, thank you. Shan't be long.
Miss Melly, Kino go too. Kino, please read room.
Tyrea,
Of all the people to meet out here,
how did you...
pure chance. After everything, I wandered aimlessly looking for somewhere to die. Then, at some point, I landed here.
So then, you were here all along?
That's right. And so, when the capital fell here, I thought Mother had finally granted me my boon.
But it was full of Telethia, and survivors cast adrift. Not to mention this Fog King.
Yes. He'd be the one to end it, or so I thought. Until fate had me save Teelan, and death ceased to be an option.
Your mother, she did not grant you a dying place. She gave you our future by crossing your path with Teelan's.
My helping with Teelan's research is a simple matter of give and take.
If you really believed that, you would not have treated him half so warmly. I can tell that when you look at Teelan, you see family. Even if it was once transactional, his research concerns the future of our race. That fact remains.
The future of the High Entia, huh? And what about you?
Me?
You must have heard. Our brethren in this land are suffering.
Yes.
You are the Imperial successor. The Crown Princess, war or no war. No. Empress now. What will you do about the future of our race?
I have not planned that far ahead. However, I know enough to realize what I must do right now.
I hope to see it. This future you will build for us. And when I do, I hope I'll be able to accept what I now am.
Empress Melia, so you are ready to lead us after all. It shall be my privilege to clear the stones from your path.
Okay, it seems that I may have ended up being a villain after all. Initially, it was just like, Chudbai is like, oh, I want to do stuff with you maybe in the future. Even being a companion. Now, he might be the main villain of this game. Who knows?
Did you learn anything from Teelan?
A little. He said that for all the details, we ought to talk to Radzum in Grandel.
Meeting should be no problem. Teelan say he sent word to guard the Grandel ramparts to let friends through.
Before we visit this Radzum, I have something I wish to discuss with you all.
What is matter now?
The High Entia who live here now have lost all hope for the future. I have a duty. As the Imperial successor, I must safeguard their future. This will sound selfish, I know, but will you stand with me?
Of course I will, Melia.
Kino too. And also Nene.
Thank you. It means a lot to me. Right. Off to Grandel we go.
Alright then. Alright. Alright. We'll bring in Melia briefly for this event, and then we'll
Miss
probably do-
Tyrea seem like difficult sort of person to deal with.
Difficult, huh? Maybe so, but she's still far more mellow than before.
Miss Melia and Miss Tyrea know each other from where?
Well, it's a little complicated to
Complicated how?
I'm just not quite sure where to begin. For one, Tyrea and I had never met until 1 year ago.
Houses too far apart, or...
I was not allowed to venture outside. Moreover, I never even knew of her existence. She, on the other hand, seemed to know about me. We never met because work had been busy.
But how Miss Melia never know her? If sisters, then of course she'd know.
That's true. How can I explain this? Tyrea and I have separate parents. Different fathers and different mothers, both.
Meme! In same boat as Nene and Kino, then!
Just like you and Kino, Tyrea and I are not related by blood. But we had a half-brother with whom we shared a parent each.
Half-brother?
No parents in common, but a brother we are both related to. Therefore, Tyrea and I are not exactly complete strangers.
Meh! Brain of Nene's starting to melt!
I'm sorry. I did say it's complicated.
Nene does not understand. If both have same brother, why cannot be one family together?
Our parents being different, I and Tyrea have led very different lives. We never even met, let alone behaved as a family. Neither knows how to relate to the other, and so we struggle on.
It sounds like Miss Melia and Miss Tyrea both feeling more like Kino.
How do you mean?
Kino also not taught to anyone at first. Very hidey shy.
I don't think I'd call myself or Tyrea shy, exactly.
If want to become good friends, but not know how to put in action, then it's exactly same. But as can see for self, now Nene and Kino super best of friends.
Do tell, how did you two achieve that? Would you teach me the way, please?
Answer is clear as day. Nene prescribed lots of play.
Play?
Also, sharing of yummy snacks and sleep together in same bed. If do that, become family in wink of eye.
I'm not sure I can do that with Tyrea. Seems like a lot.
Meh! Nene patience is exhaust. Miss Melia want to be sisters with Miss Tyrea or not?
Yes. I would really like that, I think.
So, now is best and only chance. No time for hemmings and whorings.
Best and only. Perhaps you're right.
Okay, then now Miss Melia go and say, "Hey, Sister Bon, come play."
Right now? I need some time to compose myself.
Oh, if Miss Melia must, but have to promise to ask soon.
Yes, I will. One day very soon.
Okay. So those are basically the new heart-to-hearts. If you are doing 100%, you will have to view each of them at least once at some point. And I figure since showing off this game, it's been a while since I played Xenoblade 2. I feel like what am I talking about? The original Xenoblade. That'd be interesting to show off a lot of these cutscenes. We're immediately chucked into a battle, which I'm gonna just run from. That's a lot. Run away. Dude, some of these fiends feel like they chased you forever. Finally gave up.
Yay!
What to, what Poro Poro do? One Poro Poro is extremely not enough to collect. Friends, maybe travel ponds, then great. You have requests that would be great fit for travel ponds. Could you go into more detail? Never. He also curious. I have come to Bioshiller by flying with certain esteemed person and basket attached to Pteryx. Big old basket and vital food stuff that poor brain. It was all strewn across land from sky high. It was a bit careless on own side to not notice here, but when boss realized, fly into terrible rage. Here's your asset for sell-off in darkest hour time of crisis, may. Poro, go and pick back up now. That was exact order. Stuff that end up scattered all over Via's shoulder is favorite Ava Poro, so would love to gather up for sure. Sure, also full of terrible monsters flying about. You're forced to reckon with own limitations. So extend ask to friend travel persons. Please, would you mind gathering Poro's favorite whenever fine? Also, now I see why there's so many. You have to pick up 20 of them. Thanks for agreeing. Well then, please to come inform for whether you find more Porbos here. Pick up all his huge jobs of Porbo, give rewards on ongoing basis in proportion to number found. No problem. Leave it to me.
Yay!
Sound one of Porbo's favorite. And we get 1,000 go. Alright, so we got a few lines already even started up. Oh, these are only usable by 9 Kini, apparently. But at the same time, it's not really that useful of an item. It's kind of sad. A lot of the unique items you get in the game are often weaker than some of the stronger items you get later. It's kind of sad. I wish there was a better use for them, but that's not actually the case. Alright, so that one once again forces us to go underground, so we're not doing that. Instead, let's go back to Zen's Fire Flare one more time before... Oh wait, no. That was the wrong area. My bad. The other one I think is just lower down, but I will check here just to make sure. I didn't actually really explore around this area much, so that would make sense. Yeah, here it is. There we go. There we go. Alright, fortunately, I done quite a bit of lamp this time around, and I don't think I have a lot of time to spare, so we're going to end the episode right here. Still, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.